Hi, I'm Geoff Buys Cars. I just bought this Saab 9000 CSE 2.3 turbo off a Facebook Marketplace from Scotland. I just got it home, 544 miles, barefoot, over 2 days, with the wife and kids. It's called Pablo. I'm going to tell you all about it. Saab 9000 was launched in 1984, ran until 1998 when it was replaced by the 95. This is a 1996 model, was available as a CS or a CD, CD being a saloon. CD and CS were the basic spec cars, but even those had higher spec from standard than a BMW. This is a CSE, the E on the end means it's got more kit, or Cartel Special Edition, as per this one. So, you want to talk to me about high mileage, 197,000 miles this is now. Saab did a challenge in 1986 when I was just a couple of months old. They took 3 cars and they did 100,000 miles from flat in 21 days to prove that they were reliable cars. So you don't need to worry about the fact that your car's high mileage, just make sure it's looked after. Now, this engine was available as 225 horsepower, low pressure turbo or high pressure turbo. That low pressure turbo engine could be remapped to produce the exact same amount of power or more from the high pressure turbo. So really, it didn't matter which one you bought. This was 225, it's actually running more like 265, according to the previous owner. Big air filter in the front, stainless exhaust all the way through, and a cheeky remap. And it feels like it when you drive it. Would I rather have this than an E34 BMW? Yes, yes I would. Inside here, I have a standard handbrake, my windscreen switches and controls for the back. I can lock the car from there, manual gearbox, climate control, vents, 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 fog lights, light adjustment, and my lights there. I've got a rev meter, a speedo, a temperature gauge, and a fuel gauge. I don't need anything else, so that's perfect. Hazard switches up here, and then inside here, I've got 2 cup holders and a little cubby hole in a weird little locking thing. There is no glove box because it's got an airbag. And that's it. I got a little pouch down there for storage. I got a big pouch down here for storage. And what I love about this car is it's got loads of space in it. So when we're driving along, I've got my bottle of drink. I sometimes take my hat off, put that next to me, might take my shirt off. I've got loads of space between the seat and the door. So it's a nice spacious car for cruising. Just beautiful. And you can't tell from there, but these seats are so comfy. I feel like I'm at home. I don't want to get rid of it. Why do I keep buying cars that I want to keep? I suppose it wouldn't work, would it? If I bought cars for my YouTube channel that I didn't want to keep and drive, no one would watch it. But this one, I mean, I love them all. I've loved every car that I've bought for this channel, but I'm in love with this one.
Cheeky little spoiler. 2 exhaust pipes, 3 spoke wheels. Look at these little vents here. It's so cool. Just a little neat trick of design. High level brake light. It's just a nicely designed car. It's like brutally elegant. We've got that long protruding bumper. That sort of very distinctive nose. Cheeky turbo badge on the grille. Yes, the grille needs a bit of paint. Yes, that front apron needs a bit of paint. Look at the mirrors. Look at the way the mirrors are attached to the body. Look at the way they slope downwards. Look at the design of the seats, the shape of the seats. Just everything about this car is really cool. Clear indicator lenses at the front. Smoked at the side. So it's the small things that previous owners have done. This is only a 4-owner car. 196,000 miles, 4 owners. That's 4 pretty loving owners, isn't it? If this was a BMW E30 or an E34 with 196,000 miles on the clock, it would have double-digit owners on the V5. You know, you don't get that with the Saabs. What a cool car.
In the back here, there is more than enough space for 4 adults. Well, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. You're going to struggle putting 4 in the back, but you could probably do it. Super comfy. This leather's really soft. I can't highlight it enough. You know, if you were going to buy this car and do a trip with your mates, Goodwood, Le Mans, whatever, you've got enough space for luggage, you've got comfort, and you've got speed. We were 4 up, fully loaded, with suitcases, and this car was still impressing me with its performance. So if you want to go and buy this car and do something fun with it, what a car. It's an absolute beast, you know, it's capable.
If that was a BMW badge on that bonnet, or a Mercedes badge, how much would a 1996 performance BMW saloon be right now? How much would a mid-90s AMG Mercedes saloon be right now? This car is an absolute bargain in terms of classic car values.
And you're going to pull up one day, you'll be on your way down to Le Mans, and there'll be a guy there in an E34 M5, and he'll be sitting there like this, whee, because he will have paid, what, 10, 20, 30? How much are those cars now? And you'll be there in your Saab, that you paid a couple of 3 or 4 or maybe 5 grand for a really, really good one, or 10 quid if you won this one in a raffle, and you'll have the same level of performance and a more unusual car. Who's the sucker there? Why are these cars so cheap? They don't deserve to be so cheap. It's so cool. This is such an ace, capable, potent, stylish, wonderful car for no money. Saabs! Go and buy Saabs! Saabs are so good. But don't buy them, because then the prices will go up and then I won't be able to afford them for my YouTube channel. I bloody love this car. I'll go on then, I'll put the camera by the exhaust pipe and we'll do that cheesy shot that everybody does when they start it up and then they drive off into the distance with the exhaust pipes in the shot. I'm not going to race off like an idiot, it's a hotel car park. Brilliant. But inside, it's retro whilst being classic, but modern enough that you can use it day to day. So my layout and all my dials and everything are kind of beautifully laid out in a very sort of almost an 80s kind of Knight Rider sort of way, but it all works and it's intuitive and it's well built because it's a Saab and it's not falling apart. And although this car is almost don't pull bits off it whilst I'm trying to do a piece to camera. This is Geoff. All right, so some bits of it are falling apart. Don't try and... my wife is literally trying to pull bits off the car as I'm filming. You can tell that it's been looked after. There's no, like, you know when you get that sort of shit suspension feel from a car? Like no one has replaced any bushes, ever. It doesn't feel like that. It feels great. I tried to get some sort of accelerating and stuff videos, but it just makes you look like an idiot. I think you're just gonna have to trust me. I don't like driving around like a knob trying to record it on a camera. There's no need. So I'll drive and you work out if you think it's quick or not. Is that a deal? It is ridiculously quick. So the news reports about this car and the advertising from Saab state that it's faster at accelerating in 5th gear from 70 north than a Ferrari Testarossa. And when you drive this car, you can feel it. 3rd gear from 50 is where all the fun is in this car. It's just ridiculous. It's like a theme park. More of a hoot than a fucking water slide, this is. Just hear that turbo whistling away. I can hear the air filter sucking in the air. It's going, come on! I need more! It's too much. But it's so much fun! It's 3rd gear. It's all about 3rd gear. And we've got to brake, because we've already arrived where we were going. 50 to 55 to 60. But even in 4th gear at 70 mile an hour, it just does the same thing. I didn't even want to do that then, and it did it. It's so quick! Even in 5th gear, at motorway speeds. What a car. I've got a slight bit of just lift off overrun, just burbling through those tailpipes. I got the air filter sucking away, I can hear the turbo whistling. I've got just the, not knocks and bangs, but those just creaks. Creaks and squeaks from an old car, you know? Not in a bad way, just in an old car way. It feels solid, it feels sorted, it feels put together, it handles correctly. I trust it. I trust the car. honestly, driving back through Glencoe in this, in damp, drizzly, on and off rain conditions. If you look to my right, you'll see Loch Ness. I felt more stable and secure in this 9.5 than I did in both the BMWs that I did that pass in. And it's a much older car. It's still in 5th gear, accelerating so hard at 90 mile an hour. So I'm told. I read about that in magazines. Cool. Damp bit of road here. I do not want to be accelerating into, this is the thing with this car, I think it would catch you out. You don't want to be on the gas, on the turbo, going around a damp bend at 50, 60 mile an hour. I think that's where you're going to start getting yourself in a little bit of trouble. Because that turbo does kick in, you know, it really does. And once that turbo womps on, you're going to spin your wheels up. And if you're on a damp road, if you just catch the road just wrong, it's going to be all over. Put my foot down. What's the point? I'm not pushing my foot to the floor. You don't need to push your foot to the floor. It just does it. It just goes. It's so good. I bonded with this quite a lot. Should we keep this? No. Right, it's a no from Mrs. Geoff, so it is going to be given away. Geoff Buys Cars, YouTube's most boring car channel.